If you like this video, please consider supporting the Oto Kano channel over on Patreon. Thank you. In this episode, we are taking a close look at Kyanite Genuine, and this is another super sparkly one. It is a muted blue with lots of silver sparkles. Kyanite, the mineral, usually comes in light to dark blue and indigo blue. Sometimes it does come also in multicolored with different shades of blue or white, or with color streaks or stripes. And quite often you can find ones that have a deep blue streak running through the center of a crystal as well. Less often you find ones that are either colorless, white, grey, green, orange, or even black. Kyanite, the paint, has this lovely blue inky color that is more of a blue-black if we're talking in terms of ink colors, but it is also packed with lots of little sparkles that really adds this paint a nice huge dose of sparkle. I always paint the test sheets that you're seeing from a dried paint, and I have to admit this color was a little harder to re-wet than other colors, so I definitely recommend pre-wetting this color. Daniel Smith's website says, this exclusive Daniel Smith color is a stunner. A rich blue-gray with impressive granulation and dazzling glittery sparkle. Its name comes from the Greek word kyanos, which means dark blue enamel. Thought to promote serenity, concentration, and mental clarity, this shiny, translucent gemstone is used for jewelry, heat-resistant ceramics, and now for a watercolor that will add amazing texture and visual excitement to your work. Kyanite Genuine is series 4 color, so pretty expensive. It is classified as excellent in light fastness, transparent, non-staining, and granulating. We are back, the paints have dried, so this is Kyanite. First things first, I want to show you how sparkly this paint is. Hopefully the video can catch it. There we are. It has a ton of sparkles, as you can see, and you can really see it in the matte stone because the sparkles are silver and the matte stone is quite dark inky blue. It's a little bit hard to show you on the camera for the lighter parts, but in real life I can totally see sparkles all the way to the end. And here we are again, show you these sparkles here. Now this looks really sparkly under the studio lights I have here for filming. However, in natural light it is more of a nice subtle shimmer, like an overall sheen that this color has, but it's not like glamorous glitter diva unicorn kitty kind of sparkle that you are seeing on this camera. And in fact the camera kind of tones down the shimmer somewhat under these studio lights. Under the studio lights it's just crazy sparkling colors like this. Kyanite Genuine is just absolutely packed with sparkles. I think that is like the main characteristics of this color. In terms of creating these washes, they were all really easy to do, the gradated washes. I just can't believe how much sparkle there is there you go. That's a really good representation of how much sparkle there is. Like here is how it is like all over in real life. So sparkly. So I think the sparkle might get in the way of people being able to use this a little bit just because it's so sparkly. Unlike the amethyst, because it contains so much sparkle, you are going to be limited in where you can use this. However, I can kind of see it being a fantastic like galaxy color, or doing some nighttime starry sky kind of painting, or even here where it's really light, there's definitely less sparkle, so you could use it like as like an early evening painting when a few stars have started to come up as well. Let's look at the opacity. As I showed you earlier, The color itself doesn't come through because it's pretty dark on its own, but the sparkle is just everywhere over the black line. As I always say, if you want to take a good long close look at the test sheet and the color comparison sheet that I do, they will all be available in high-res scan over on my Patreon, which is patreon.com/Oto Kano. So the color is classified as transparent, but as I said in previous episodes, I struggle to call a color that has lots of sparkles transparent, just because look at the amount of glitter sparkle particle that is over the black line. And technically speaking, opacity test is about, can you see any deposit over this black line, which I really can. So I think it's a little bit of a technicality, but I struggle to say as a transparent color. In terms of lifting, it lifted pretty well. It is almost back down to the white. However, as with all sparkle colors, you're never going to lift the sparkles back off the paper completely. Not really suitable for glazing, doesn't glaze very well, so I would do either a thinner layers of glazes or just don't bother at all. In terms of gauzing, it gauzes really well, and interestingly, majority of the glitter seems to have gathered around on the lines. So that's really interesting. It could be that there's glitter all over the thing and that we're just noticing more of it when it's on a darker background. That's totally a valid point. But what it does end up looking like is that all the glitter is collecting in around the dark areas. I keep calling it glitter because it just sparkles so much. I have no scientific grounds to call it glitter over sparkle, by the way. Salting, I wouldn't bother with. It doesn't do anything really apart from make this patchy thing. Water bloom, it does bloom, but again, it has so much sparkle that everything's kind of being obliterated by the sparkle, and you don't really see much happening underneath the sparkle when you're using it as a mass stone. You're going to get a lot more leeway in expression of marks and textures when you are using it a little bit watered down like this end. I do love both the mass stone and the washed down color. I think they both have their uses that are quite useful in watercolor. In terms of color mixes, let's just remind you what colors I mixed the kyanite with, and this side is the 12 colors that I mixed the kyanite with, and this is what these colors will look like. As you can see, it creates this nice muted tone. Now in particular, I really love how it reacted with permanent red. It creates this really dramatic red with a dark granulation that I really like, and I think it's quite unique so far. I think the biggest thing you'd be wondering is, well, how much sparkle does it add in the color mixes? So let me show you up close. I think you can just about see in the camera there in the cad yellow orange. Let's try a different color, and you can see the sparkles down here as well. So not as much sparkle as this, obviously, because you are mixing it down and watering down the mixture, but you definitely see the glitter, and in real life you get a lot more sparkle than what's showing on paper. The darker colors, the sparkle shows up more, and they look like the subtle shimmers you get in minerals when you see it at the museums and stuff. That subtle fine sparkle, it's right there. And I would say that the sparkles you get from mixing this color with other colors is a lot more natural and what you expect from mineral than the mass stone you get from Kyanite Genuine. It's a little bit overpowering in its sparkliness in the mass stone. Now let's have a look at Kyanite with other colors. First thing, there is one color missing from here. I would have loved to have tested Daniel Smith Indigo with the Kyanite for the hue comparison, but I don't have it, so I'm sorry about that. The colors I tested with are Sodalite Genuine, Zoisite Genuine, Mayan Dark Blue, Lunar Blue, Blue Apatite Genuine, and then we're going to Holbein's Indigo, Prussian Blue, and then Sennelier Indigo, and then Daniel Smith paints Blue Grey. If you are looking for a similar color to Kyanite, especially in the Primatek range, but isn't sparkly, so completely matte, Sodalite Genuine is a really good match, and I will cover the Sodalite Genuine in the next episode in more detail. It is, however, a lot more granulating than the Kyanite, or at least what we can see through the sparkle. In terms of hue, I actually think that the Daniel Smith's Paints Blue Grey is pretty similar in colour, but of course the Paints Blue Grey doesn't have any sparkle and doesn't quite granulate the way Kyanite does. Kyanite has a strong granulation, whereas Paints Blue Grey doesn't really granulate. These two are both indigo colours, and as I said, it would have been nice to have Daniel Smith's Indigo to compare with Kyanite as well, but I would say that the Holbein Indigo is a little bit more lighter blue, but kind of in a similar group. And also the Mayan Dark Blue is in the same kind of camp as all these colors. So if you already have Mayan Dark Blue, Holbein's Indigo, or especially the Daniel Smith's Paints Blue Grey, then unless you're looking for a particularly sparkly variation on those colors, I don't think you need it. But if you are looking for those kind of colors with super amount of sparkles, this is a great color. Unlike the Sugilite we saw in the last episode, which has all the sparkle but not have that much color, this has the sparkle and the color, which is fantastic if that's what you're looking for. I also think that the washed down color of the Kyanite Genuine has a lot of uses if you like the sparkle. So that was Kyanite Genuine. What did you think of this color? We can't ignore the fact that it is super sparkly, and would I have it on my palette? You guys have shared so many really useful ways of using sparkly pigments in the last 2 episodes, and I've learned a lot from you guys about how to use them. And now I'm thinking in a way of a sparkly paint user, and I can totally see this being super useful early evening kind of sky wash where there are a few stars starting to happen. I'm not sure how I would use it as just a matte stone because it is so super sparkly. However, if you are into your galaxy painting, I think it will be a fantastic color to have on your palette because there is glitter everywhere. How about you? Would you consider having this on your palette? If so, do let me know in the comments down below what you would like to use this color for. I just want to say a quick thank you to all those who used my Jackson's affiliate link. You guys made this episode possible because I used the money I earned from that to buy the Kyanite Genuine. So thank you so much for making this episode possible. If this video was useful and interesting to you, then please do give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments down below what you think of this color. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye!